For this science challenge, we're going to take this scrap paper and turn it into new recycled paper. Other materials you will need include a bowl, hot water, cornstarch, aluminum foil, a wooden spoon, scissors, and a measuring spoon. Let's start by cutting up our scrap paper into smaller pieces. Then, pour hot water over the pieces of paper. Stir and make sure every piece of paper is wet. We will wait a few hours until our paper is completely soaked. While we wait, let's check out some of the women in history who helped shape the way we care for our natural resources. Ellen Richards received her bachelor's degree in chemistry from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1873 and continued at MIT to run laboratories and teach chemistry. In 1887, she and her assistants conducted what was, at the time, the most comprehensive water quality study ever attempted in the country. She created a map that could identify and predict areas of pollution. The end result was the country's first water quality standards and wastewater treatment facility. Flora Spiegelberg was the leading force behind the creation of a modern system of garbage collection in New York City in the late 1800s. Flora stressed the importance of the health of the population and the cleanliness of the streets. She served on a number of committees like the New York City Health Commission, the Street Cleaning Department, the Bill Board, the Public Water Commission, the Daylight Savings Commission, and the Jewish Working Girls Club. Now let's head back and check on our mushy paper. The hot water has worked to break down the bonds in the paper. To recycle and make new paper, we will add cornstarch to help form new bonds. Then stir. We will let that sit for a moment while we grab a couple of sheets of foil. On one sheet, poke holes into the foil to make a strainer. I used a chopstick, but you can also use a pencil. Lay something down to absorb the extra water. I used a towel, but you can also use newspaper. Place your foil strainer on the towel. Then, pour your paper pulp onto your strainer. Move the pulp around into the shape you want your paper to be. Make sure there are no holes. Then place another sheet of foil on top. Place heavy books to help squeeze out extra liquid and press your paper flat. Leave this to dry for 48 hours, but it might take even longer. While we wait for our paper to dry, let's learn about a recent accomplishment in women's history. At 16 years old, Aza Fayed developed an economically feasible method for generating biofuel by breaking down plastics. Her catalyst, called aluminosilicate, could inexpensively break down plastic waste while producing gaseous products like methane, propane, and ethane, which can then be converted into ethanol. She won an award for her findings at the 23rd European Union Contest for Young Scientists in 2011. Let's go see if our paper is done. Once the paper is fully dry, carefully peel away from the foil. You just turned old paper into new recycled paper. You can see that my paper is pretty chunky and didn't stick together completely because I didn't cut my paper scraps small enough. If you want even smoother paper, you can cut super small pieces of paper or throw the paper in a blender with some water. We're excited to see your paper. Share it with us on social media.